Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video we are going to take a deep dive into the differences between single member LLCs and multi-member LLCs. Whether you are just starting your business or whether you already have one, understanding which LLC type is right for you is key to setting up your business structure and taxes. In this video, I will be covering the key differences between single member LLCs and multi-member LLCs, the pros and cons of each of these types of LLC, how taxes work for both of these LLC types, and which LLC might be the best for your business. I'll also introduce you to my recommended LLC formation service that makes sure you are compliant and offers guidance if you ever need help with any questions later down the road. As always, if you do decide to use my recommended service, I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I've thoroughly researched my options and I trust this service to provide top-notch support. So jumping right into the key differences between single member LLCs and multi-member LLCs. With a single member LLC, this is owned and managed by just one person. So this is perfect for solo entrepreneurs who want the full protection of an LLC whilst also enjoying a simple tax structure. As a single member LLC, you'll have full control over your business decisions and it's much less complicated when it comes to day-to-day management. On the other hand, a multi-member LLC has more than one owner or member. So if you're working with a business partner, this is the type of LLC that you will need. You will have shared decision-making responsibilities and obligations, but you'll also benefit from the flexibility of distributing profits and losses among members. Now, some of the pros and cons of single member and multi-member LLC, starting off with single member, is that you will have full control over your business decisions. The tax filing is going to be much simpler as it's treated as a disregarded entity. And of course, you have the flexibility to run the business your way. Some of the cons are that you may miss out on certain tax benefits. There is a limited potential for raising capital, and all of the responsibility for business decisions falls on you. In terms of multi-member LLCs, some of the pros are a shared responsibility between members, a greater potential for raising capital and funding. You have flexible profit sharing arrangements, and also the ability to have more expertise and diverse input from multiple members. Some of the cons are, of course, more complicated tax filing. You often need an operating agreement to clarify member responsibilities. And of course, there is also potential for conflict or disagreement between members. So going a little bit deeper into how taxes work for both of these business structures, with a single member LLC, the IRS considers your business to be a disregarded entity. This means that you report your business income and your expenses directly on your personal tax return using Schedule C. Your LLC's profits are taxed at your individual income tax rate, so it's really simple. You avoid the corporate tax rate. But do keep in mind that you will also be responsible for paying self-employment taxes, including Social Security and Medicare. With a multi-member LLC, on the other hand, the IRS treats the LLC as a partnership by default. So what happens here is the LLC is going to file the IRS Form 1065, which is the partnership tax return, and each member is going to report their share of the LLC's income on their personal tax returns. The profits are passed through to the members, so they pay taxes on their share, and this helps avoid double taxation faced by corporations. With that being said though, this of course does mean that there is more paperwork and you'll need to be more organized. So with that in mind, which of these LLCs is right for your business? Well, if you're a solo entrepreneur, a single member LLC is typically the best option. It offers simplicity and flexibility, and you won't have to worry about handling the more complex structures involved in a multi-member LLC. However, if you are going into business with others, a multi-member LLC is the way to go. It provides greater opportunities for raising capital, sharing responsibilities, and bringing in different skills and resources. You will also have the flexibility to divide profits and decision-making in ways that best suit all members. Now, surprisingly, the actual formation process for both a single member and a multi-member LLC is very, very similar. The first step that you will want to do is choose your LLC name. For this, it's actually pretty simple. Just make sure it's unique and that it complies with state regulations. It's also always a good idea to check the domain name and the trademarks as well. Step number 2 is going to be filing the articles of organization. So to do this, you just submit the formation documents with your state to officially register your LLC. Step number 3 is creating an operating agreement. So this is actually only really necessary for a multi-member LLC. unless your state requires you otherwise. But what this document is going to do is this is going to outline how your business operates, and because of this, this is going to help prevent conflicts. Step number 4 is going to be getting an EIN, and an EIN, or employer identification number, is essentially your social security number for your business. This number is essential for opening business bank accounts and filing taxes, so very important that you get one of these. Finally, step number 5 is going to be submitting any required licenses or permits, and this is really going to depend on your business and your location. So you'll want to look into this, into your state requirements, and figure out which licenses or permits you will need. With all of that being said, no matter whether you choose to file a single member LLC or a multi-member LLC, the process of forming this LLC can be quick and straightforward with Bizee. They handle everything from filing documents with the state to offering compliance support for life, and they also include a free registered agent service for the first year. So if you're ready to make this official and form your LLC, let's jump into my screen and I will show you exactly how to do this with Bizee. Now, to get started with Bizee, just click on the top link down in the description and it's going to take you over to this page. Now, as I say, the setup for both a single member and a multi-member LLC is actually very similar. So all we have to do is go down and click on this orange button. And then in here, no matter which type of LLC you are forming, we just want to select LLC. Then for the state, we can go in and choose the state that you would like to form this LLC in. And right here, we can see the Bizee pricing plans. So these pricing plans will remain consistent. This is the Bizee pricing plans, the big number. But underneath, the state fee is going to change depending on the state that you are in. So if we just scroll through these, you can see different states are going to charge different amounts as the fee. But once you have your state selected, the plan that I would recommend is this standard plan right here, as this gives you all of the main benefits that we are looking at for Bizee. So with this, they are going to prepare and file the articles of organization and actually form the LLC for us. We also get this free 1-year registered agent service. So the registered agent is the person or the company responsible for handling the legal documents for your LLC. We also get the EIN business tax number. As I mentioned earlier, this is the social security number for your business. They will set up the operating agreement. And down here, very important, is the lifetime compliance alerts and also the unlimited phone and email support. So this is the plan that we want to go for. And then we can click on get started. And once again, up to this point, this is the same for multi-member and single member LLCs. So in here, we just want to go ahead and enter in the name of the LLC that we would like to create. In here, we can then choose the designator. And for some states, you might get asked to enter a little bit more information about the company. Once again, this just depends on state regulations. Once this is entered, we can, whoopsie, let me just change this. We can go to the next step. And then in here, we can now choose if we want to pay an extra $50 for this expedited filing time. So if we pay this, we can get the business set up in 1 day. Otherwise, we will have to wait 3 weeks. It really just depends on how quickly you want your LLC. But from here, we can go to the next page. And with this contact person, you just want to enter in your personal contact details as the person setting up this LLC. Even if you have members, we will add the members at a later step. For now, we just want to go ahead and enter in this information. Once that is entered, we can go over to the next step. And it's now going to ask if we would like to use our own address or Bizee's virtual mail service. So with your own address, if you choose to use this, any residential address provided to the state will be listed publicly. So this is really about privacy concerns. If you don't want your address to be out there and you don't want it to be public, you can instead use Bizee's virtual address right here. This is the address that will show up publicly. And the way that you will get your mail and all of your documents for your company is Bizee will go ahead and scan this in and then they will email it to you. So you can choose if you want access to this. $29 per month is fantastic value. And then we can go down and enter in your contact address. From here, Bizee will then try to upsell us on the premium service package. So with this, we get a contract library of 25 contacts, expedited filing, which is the quicker filing time, and also this business phone number. So if we want to get access to this, we can claim this limited time offer. Otherwise, we can just say no. Now, this screen right here is where the differentiation comes between a single member and a multi-member LLC. So in here where we can choose the number of members or owners, if this is a single member LLC, we just enter in one. And then down here, we can go through and autofill our details. Otherwise, if this is a multi-member LLC, let's say there are 3 people in this, we can select 3. And then all we are going to do is go down to these other areas and enter in the details of the 2 other members. From here, Bizee are then going to offer us the registered agent for this first year. So we always want to be accepting this, and we can have Bizee to receive all of these legal documents and just take a lot off our plate. So we definitely want to do this and click on next. And in here, this is where we can now set up our EIN or tax identification number. So once again, the EIN is like the social security number for your business. So we just enter in our details, and then we can choose the identification number which is used to obtain this EIN. Going with a social security number is highly recommended because with an ITIN, this takes up to 12 weeks to obtain your EIN. So we want to go with social security number if we want this doing quickly. So we can select this and then go next. And then in here, Bizee are now going to ask if you want to use their banking partners for your business banking. So for this, we can either say, yes, I'm interested, or ask me later. They also offer a free tax consultation call. So we are definitely going to take this. There's no strings attached. This is completely free. We can then see right here, they've identified 2 licenses that we may need for our business. So we can either figure out what these are ourselves, or we can get them to mail the applications. From here, we then get an order summary. So you just want to go through and make sure all of this is filled out correctly, read through this carefully and make sure that the details are all there. Then we just go next. And on this final step, we fill in our card information that we would like to use. Click on agree right here and then complete and pay. So those are the differences between a single member LLC and a multi-member LLC, as well as how you can form both of these with Bizee. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.